Welcome everyone to HueFin News. Today is April 14, 2019. Your source of news before any trade decision. We're going to talk about the NASDAQ, the S&P 500, as well as the Dow, the stock market depression outlook. So many people has been trying to distill so many fear and worriousness into the stock market. Well, literally the price chart has not been giving us that. And we saw our last video that we did on our stock market depression outlook, which was on the 7th of April 2019. We told everyone that the market is not giving us any indications of weakness entering the market, and now you can tell if you watch some of these television media channels, they're talking about these three indices are literally nearing all-time highs. So we told you all that about 7 days ago, that these indexes could possibly make all-time highs into the market. So it was not a surprise to see the stock market moving the way that it has, and we definitely want to be the first to let you all know that we were one of the first ones to see that on the price charts. And that's what we're here to show you, that the price chart has already indicated to what it wants to do before it actually does it. So if you are not attuned to the stock market and the price charts, you definitely need to understand it, so you may be able to be in the forefront before anybody else gets there, so that way you can profit and as well maintain profitability before the market turns against you. So want to make sure that you all go ahead and go to our website, okay, HueFinancial.com. There we place all of our other news articles, news media pertaining to the financial markets on our website. You will have to subscribe to our website in order to get that information, but it's relatively cheap, and we're the only organization in the world that is able to give you advance notice of what these financial markets are going to do before anyone else does, okay, without, might I add, without causing you any confusion. Okay, it was relatively easy and simple to understand how we are able to deliver the news to you all. So now let's go ahead and get started in our video for the stock market depression outlook. Currently, you can see here, looking at the NASDAQ, the market has continually reflected itself to move to the upside, and you can tell from where we are right now, 7634 to 7700 points, we are readily knocking on the door to make all-time highs into the space. One of the concerns I only have for all of these three indexes is the fact that the volume is on the decrease. Okay, so we're losing interest, losing that momentum to try to break above this 7700 point level in the NASDAQ. But overall, we're still not seeing any weakness coming to this market. Okay, so we're still anticipating the NASDAQ 100 or the NASDAQ index to continue to move to the upside. We're not seeing any weakness on the weekly time frame. Moving it on to the daily time frame, you can see that we're kind of losing energy, momentum to continue to move to the upside. But even on the daily time frame, the market is still insinuating that it wants to continue to move higher. Now, will it eclipse 7,700 points? Most likely, but will it give us an all-time high? That is yet to be seen. But overall, the market is still insinuating that it wants to continue to move to the upside. The strength is still present in the NASDAQ. We're still looking for this index to continue to move to the upside in price. Even looking at the month of April, we're still showing indications that this particular market index is still showing us strength, and we're still expecting this particular index to continue to move higher in price. So now we're going to go ahead and move on to the S&P 500. Same thing, the S&P 500, this particular index is giving us the same depiction that the market wants to continue to move higher on the weekly time frame. We actually tried to break this minor area that was acting as support. We tried to break through it last week, but it wasn't successful. So that continues to tell you that this index is still maintaining its strength in the long term. It even might continue to make all-time highs in this particular index. We're not that far from that 2942 price level. 2908 was the last trade. So again, the movement to the upside is still in play in the S&P 500. Looking here on the daily time frame, the market maintains support right here to where it was acting as support the last time, 2880. And last week, Friday, continues to show us that the market wants to move higher. So the strength is still prevalent in the S&P 500. We're still expecting this index to move higher as well. The Dow, taking a quick look at the Dow weekly time frame. Again, the market tried to move to the downside last week. We came and held 26,000 points on the Dow last week, very positive, and we even closed towards the high of the bar. The volume was on the lighter than the last 2 weeks, continues to insinuate that there's not a lot of selling going on at that particular price. Take a look at Friday. You can see even on Friday of last week that the market continues to show us that these indexes are going to continue to move to the upside. Granted, we want to pay attention to these near-term resistance areas, 26,500 as well as 26,750. Those are literally the only places that is hindering the Dow from moving to all-time highs. So going forward this week, either the market will reject it or the market will break through those resistance areas and make all-time highs during the month of April 2019. But overall, again, I'm not seeing any weakness coming in these three indexes. The NASDAQ, the S&P 500, as well as the Dow is not giving us any weakness. We're still anticipating these three indexes to continue to move higher. Okay, so just watch out for the news that you all may come across, the articles that's trying to put in a fear and the scariness of the market entering a recession or even a depression, because currently the market participants are not insinuating that at this particular moment. Even for the year of 2019, we might continue to see higher prices for these three indexes. So the market overall is still not reflecting to us that it wants to move to the downside. So just take some ease. The chart does not lie. It continues to show you what it wants to do. If you can just interpret it, you will also be able to follow along with the individuals who control these financial indexes, to follow along with them and maintain your profitability and even gain profitability. That's one of the main reasons as to why we do what we do. So I just wanted to come in, give you all an update of what we're seeing on these three indexes for the United States. Nothing too drastic is being reflected right now. I'm still seeing indication that these three indexes are going to move higher. We might even make all-time highs this week. So just understand that we were the first organization to give you the news according to the charts before anybody else has been displaying this information to you. Make sure you all maintain your profitability, and I will see you all later.